What you've just seen is not a video effect, it is not fake, that is real. Rumbles, earthquake rumbles to be exact, happening in the world of Fortnite right now to everyone across the world. And this is only the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. There is so much more to come. This is the beginning of a huge Fortnite in-game event. And if you're not already, you gotta be subscribed because, as I said, this is just the beginning. I'm gonna lay out even more things that are gonna be happening on this huge Fortnite earthquake event within the world of Fortnite, and it is crazy. So for those of you guys that haven't experienced it yourself, I'll play the clip again. I actually haven't experienced it myself yet, but loads of you guys tweeted me around 24 hours ago, the very first rumble in-game, and it doesn't matter where you were in Fortnite, if you were on the map playing a game of Fortnite at that specific time, everyone felt the rumble. And my mentions on Twitter just blew up in the space of a second of all of you guys telling me that they had just felt an earthquake or some sort of rumble leading up to the earthquake within the world of Fortnite. Now, I don't want to spoil everyone's fun here, but I was actually sitting on this information for a while. I knew some sort of earthquake event was going to be happening within the world of Fortnite. I was just waiting for it to begin because I actually know more of the steps following on from this initial rumble leading up to a bigger event, a huge event, linking in the Ice King, linking in the secret prisoner skin that is available in-game now, and more within the world of Fortnite. It is crazy. Now, just before we get into the details of this huge event, there's other important information to cover quickly, including account merging and more that have been added to Fortnite literally at the time of making this video. First off, yesterday's update introduced the rocket, which me and pretty much everyone else said was trash. However, I did look over the fact that you can actually put this rocket on vehicles. So if you're still looking to mess around with them a little bit, feel free to pop it on one of the quad bikes or planes, or even, I guess, trolleys and run around with it as well. Still doesn't salvage it from being pretty much a useless item, but I thought I'd tell you guys anyway since I didn't cover it yesterday. Now, literally gone live a few minutes before I'm recording this video. Account merging, the feature that people have been waiting ages for, is live on the Fortnite website. I won't go into it too much detail, but just basically allows you to merge two accounts that both have V-Bucks, both have different skins, onto one account, so everything is merged together. This can only be done, however, if one of the accounts has played Fortnite before September the 28th, 2018, and it will take around 2 weeks for everything to merge properly together, but it is on the website. If you do it, I will urge you and warn you, make sure you are clear on your primary account and secondary account because everything will be going to that primary account. Don't accidentally send it to the wrong account. Make sure you're doing this correctly. It's an awesome feature though. It's here. I know loads of you guys have been waiting for it. So give it a thumbs up if you're excited that it's now here and it's in Fortnite. Looking ahead to next week, for those of you guys that aren't aware, it is Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. And last year there was an in-game event with challenges and new skins revolving around Valentine's Day. And a leak has come out from in-game files for a variable skin color and look for the Love Ranger, which pretty much confirms we're going to be getting some sort of in-game event, maybe more challenges again this year, maybe even new skins this year on Valentine's Day next Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. Talking about skins, if you haven't done so already, make sure you're using code ALIA within the store. All of these guys have done so, so a big shout out for them, and make sure you're doing it ready for all of your awesome skins that are going to be coming out over the next week. Also, just in, Fortnite have confirmed that if you use code ALIA within the Fortnite store within the next week, all of you will get access for free simply for entering my code, the Cuddle Team Leader skin wrap that will also go on weapons, vehicles, anything for free. All you got to do, head over to Support a Creator, enter ALIA within the next week until February the 22nd, and then with next week's update, boom, straight into your account for free. Free, you will get this awesome wrap, so make sure you're doing it now more so than ever. Remember, everyone that's using code ALIA is in for a chance this week to win the Eon exclusive skin, which is the Xbox skin. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you everyone that's doing it. There'll be more shout outs throughout the video and at the end, so stick around to see if you've got a shout out today. Now, back to the earthquake event. We have details on several stages of this event through the in-game files, as it always is for Fortnite Battle Royale. Obviously, linking in with maybe the first thing you thought of, the prisoner skin. The person that was released last Thursday has come into the world, has got upgradable parts to him, but the third and fourth stage are still locked, and he's covered in magma, he's covered in fire. People are calling him, and I've been calling him for a while, the Fire King fire, magma, big earthquake. It all seems to link in, so let's talk more. Be warned, if you don't want stage of this event to be leaked to you, do click away now. If you want to know at least descriptions of what's going to happen, stay tuned and let's keep an eye on it together. And as I said, tweet me as soon as these things go live. I'm always looking out and you guys are always so fast to react. So these in-game files, it's not clear if they're in order or not, but it did predict what started to happen with the rumbles. Now these rumbles are happening intermittently every now and then. As I said, I haven't actually experienced them myself yet because they're happening every hour, every 2 hours. It's a little bit random. However, those will become more frequent. It's going to get to a point where we literally can't miss them. A bit like the meteors as they flew down towards the Earth all of those seasons ago. Now, the stages that are listed within the in-game file start off with earthquake smoke drop, so some sort of smoke and visual effect for either the rumbles or further on into the actual development of this event, with the earthquake causing more damage, more actual visual differences to the map as well in the form of some sort of smoke, maybe a little bit like fog, making it hard to see, a bit like the fog that we saw within the ice zombie event recently. Continuing on from that, we've got smoke / dust explosions. So even more in-game visualizations happening during this crazy period that is going to be going on. Before I proceed any further, actually, in terms of a timeline of when this is all going to happen, we're actually technically meant to be moving into Season 8 next week, but because of the fact that it went over this season during Christmas period, Epic Games took a few weeks off, pushed things back a little bit, so it looks like we're going to be waiting closer to 3 to 4 weeks until Season 8 actually kicks off. So the period of this all happening and everything you're reading right now is going to be happening over a weeks and weeks like period. It's not going to all happen in one day suddenly. So just to give you an idea that this is a spaced out development of an in-game event. Now, this one is crazy. So trees falling, like literally imagine trees falling over, imagine leaves falling off of trees. It is an earthquake after all. Big shakes, big tremors. I'm fortunate enough to have never been in an earthquake. Maybe some of you guys have, but it can cause devastating effects. And on a little island like we are within the Battle Royale map, seeing trees fall over, it's probably going to be the least damage this thing could cause to us. We've also got camera shake, which is obvious. I mean, we're getting the camera shakes now in small forms, at least for these rumbles. We've also got earthquake floor drop. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that correctly, a floor drop, be it with a big crack in the center of the map perhaps, and actually leading players falling into the center of whatever it is. That would be absolutely crazy. Fun fact, I did actually propose a theory seasons and seasons ago with the fact that actually the middle of the Fortnite map is linked by the river stream, starting off in the center at Loot Lake, or what was Loot Lake, filled with water, and then going off to the north and south side. But perhaps if there is going to be any sort of break in the map or any sort of movement in the map, it would make sense to go along the middle point of the map where that river, where that stream already is, and perhaps see a movement, perhaps a separation of the Fortnite map into halves. That'd be crazy, but with earthquakes happening, this is not out of the question. Now, another weird one, players in water. Does that mean that if you're standing in the wrong place at the wrong time, when this earthquake event happens, you actually fall into the water, die, or maybe even you can start to swim, perhaps? Swimming, obviously not a thing currently within Fortnite, but wouldn't put them past it to actually add it in potentially. Who knows? Fortnite love to do crazy things, but at some point, players being in water is going to happen, be it because of your choice or because of the earthquake putting you there, but either way, you probably don't want to be there. Now, on top of that, snow_dust. Now, as we know, the snowy part of the map is the most recent addition, adding on a huge portion to the bottom left corner of the Fortnite map, evening out really, really nicely, but this seems to hint at a lot of the snow turning to dust. Does that mean that the snowy areas will be covered in the earthquake rubble, thus not making it a snowy part of the map anymore? Does it mean that those snowy parts of the map are going to fall into the ocean and melt, and then the map's going to go back to its original size? This leaves a lot of questions, and we want answers, obviously, but that's why you're here on the channel, because I'm always going to be bringing them to you guys. Now, why is this happening? Who is doing it? What is going on? Obviously, this is a lead up to Season 8, and it's a big lead up happening early. Fortnite are going big with this one, and I cannot wait to see how this develops in game. Now, there's two theories I have here. One is the obvious one, linked in with who I'm going to call the Fire King, the prisoner now, with his shackles eventually coming off, and with him, as we know, in those last stages, being covered in magma, covered in lava, and with the linking in of the earthquake. What you often see with earthquakes is volcanic activity, and with the Battle Royale map literally being on an island, the connection between some sort of volcanic event and the actual Fire King himself, and basically just a lot of fire and a lot of devastation linked into the Battle Royale map makes a lot of sense. Now, we're currently locked out of the Stage 3 and Stage 4 portion of the unlock of the skin, which is when the fire starts being incorporated into the skin design. We thought it'd be unlocked with the campfire, which we could light around the map with yesterday's update. That's not the case. However, if I was a betting man, I'd say that Stage 3 potentially could be unlocked tomorrow and Thursday with another week's set of challenges unlocking as well. I'll keep a close eye on it, do not worry. But this guy clearly has something to do with, and all of these earthquake rumbles have started to happen with his appearance and his defrosting in the world of Fortnite. My other theory, and if you've stuck to this channel for a while now, this will actually make a little bit of sense, is the cube. People are so sure that the cube isn't gone forever, and rightly so, because I've actually brought it up a few times. Firstly, being on the main menu, which I'm looking at right now, Fortnite, and actually the cube-like statue in the background, which often glitches for people and just appears as a big black block on the menu. So that was our first hint that the cube is still here and doing something. Secondly, one of you guys on Twitter, I'm always keeping an eye on these comments and what you guys are telling me, told me that, do you remember during the live event at the end of, was it last season, 2 seasons ago, when the cube that was floating with the island basically blew up? Do you remember the point in which something fell off the bottom of the cube, went into Loot Lake, and no one thought anything of it, nothing really happened with it, but it fell into the bottom of Loot Lake and just stayed there, and nothing seems to have happened with it. If this does link into some sort of separation, some sort of underground earthquake event, is the cube actually behind it? Is the cube the reason that this is all happening? It's not a far-fetched, although a crazy theory you probably wouldn't think of initially. It has legs, it is a possibility, and oh boy, imagine the cube comes back after the earthquake. That would be crazy. Whew, you know what? I could sit here and live stream my thoughts and theories on this whole earthquake event, because I just love throwing ideas out there, looking at anything that's happened in the past that Fortnite and Epic may have been teasing us about what's going to be happening, because they always do it. I'm going to end it there though. I've given you all of the information, I've given you all of my own theories. Now it's your time to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. As I said, I keep an eye on everything. Tweet them at me, Instagram them at me, leave them as a comment down below on this video, and most importantly, give it a thumbs up to support this video and let me know that you're excited for the big earthquake event that's going to be happening very soon. More shoutouts on screen here for everyone that's using code ALIA within the Fortnite store. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't see my rocket video from yesterday, it was actually a lot of fun despite the item being terrible. You can go and check it out right now on screen or down below in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow as always with another video. You're all amazing. Earthquakes in Fortnite. It's crazy, man. I'll see you again tomorrow.